Welcome back, class. Make sure you take a seat. Don't sit by anybody that would distract you. Get your pencils out and your homework from last night. Um, Today we have a couple lessons, and this is a thing I've been doing on this channel called University, the class of cohesiveness, and it's basically just offshoot lessons that they won't teach you in school, meant for all age groups, for all walks of life, for every gender. This is meant for everybody. So first we'll go with a heavy hitter. We'll go with sex traffic of kids. Now, over the years, the elites and Illuminati have been taking children, usually through their parents signing them up for like a Disney cruise or something like that. It gets deep. And then they get taken to this island, kind of like Pinocchio, where they take all the kids and they're not allowed to leave. And they frighten the crap out of them. And they get this thing called adrenochrome, which is when a kid has too much adrenaline for their age. And it's coursing throughout their veins, and then they kill them and they drink it. And it's supposed to make them younger or something like that. They use it like the fountain of youth, but they're just killing kids and frightening kids. Okay. And then the next one is more of a hypothesis. And this is just saying the Tower of Babel, which in the Bible is like a tower that we try to build to go past heaven and build up to heaven. What if... Oh, and in the Bible, God breaks it down and separates the people and makes them speak different languages. So what if my theory is correct, which is that when Pangea was a thing and we were all one continental landmass, that we tried to build up to heaven and be all righteous, and God broke it down and made continents and separated us through tectonic plate tides and the oceans, all that. And now we speak different languages and we're separated. It makes sense to me. Just because I feel like we're not supposed to build up to heaven. And it might have been more of a metaphor. Okay. The next one is also kind of a theory, but it's a little more realistic. So, everybody knows that there was dinosaurs. But when you study dinosaurs, they weren't just reptiles. They were part reptile, part bird. So they had feathers. It's more often than not, they show these dinosaurs without feathers. Like Jurassic Park, and when they show kids, it's usually without feathers. But what if... So wing bones are usually hollow, and they wouldn't last like 100,000 years. They would disintegrate. And you know how the T-Rex has tiny arms like this? What if they were meant to be elongated and outwards, and the hollow bones all disintegrated by now, and so it looks like they just have tiny arms, but really they have wings. Come on, you can't tell me that's not some food for thought, because then you got pterodactyls. The only ones I couldn't see is like bronchiosauruses, but I feel like those type of dinosaurs were in the water. You know, they might not even have feathers, and if they did, it was probably like duck feathers. Alright, and then also on here, the last thing, which we might add one more, but I have the fifth element is the key. Loving others, loving yourself, show love. What I mean by the fifth element is there's a movie called The Fifth Element, and it's love. And just love your neighbor, love those who have done you wrong, because, yeah, man, they might be the last thing you have left when it's all said and done. And how stupid do you feel? And then the other stuff I could talk about would be like the karma cycle and how you're supposed to, build good karma and not fall into the yang of the yin and yang. Oh, here's a good lesson. The yin and yang. So the symbol that is half white, half black with 2 dots on each side represents that if you're in the lightness and you're surrounded by good, that there is still a chance for a window of darkness for you to take a wrong turn and be overran by evil. And on vice versa, if you're surrounded by evil, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You can always make a change. You can always try harder. Yeah, and it kind of goes with the golden rule and just like treating others how you would want to be treated. And it's such a simple concept, but people are just in their own world too much. That's my conclusion. In their own world too much. People are self-absorbed. It's better to just be humble always in everything you do. But alright, class, one more lesson. I'll just keep throwing them in here, but the power of words and language of spells. So I think English is the language of spells, and everything we say affects our own aura and those around us. And then the power of words is just knowing that, like, calling somebody out their character or talking to somebody how you would talk to your friends. People aren't always receptive, and you can make a lot of people angry. It's just something you don't really want to do is not watch your words. You want to always watch your words. Think before you talk. The light spectrum, which the rainbow is actually a reflection, if you didn't know. Purple is supposed to be on top. It's the crown chakra. And then it's all based off the Kundalini energy. If you don't know about that, go search it up. But they try to reverse it to make you subconsciously go for your root chakra and stay at your root chakra. It's all a scheme. But anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe for more classes. And yeah, it's been Blissino, the professor of cohesiveness. Just make sure you treat others with respect, my guy.